Beyond the screens, past the pings, and deeper than the noise of today, there is a frequency that never fades. It is the sound of a voice telling a truth that was true 1,000 years ago and will be true 1,000 years from now. These are the narratives that shaped civilizations, the legends that whispered to our ancestors, and the stories that still live inside us, waiting to be woken up. In a world that moves too fast, we are taking a moment to sit still, to breathe, to co create a world using nothing but the air between us and the power of your imagination. I, Rashmi Shetty, am your host, and this is Once Upon a Time Stories that have stood the test of time. Let's begin. Today, let's listen to the story of Shravan Kumar, one of the most enduring symbols of love for parents and selfless devotion. This story is often remembered as a tragic precursor to the events of the Ramayana. His life serves as a profound study in commitment, the weight of unintended consequences, and the resonance of duty. Shravan Kumar's parents, Shantanu and Gyanvanti, were hermits, but they both were blind. When they became old, Shravan wanted to take them to the four most sacred places of Hindu pilgrimage, which we otherwise call as Char Dham, to purify their soul. Since Shravan Kumar could not afford transport, he decided to design a Kavadi, a sturdy bamboo pole balanced across his shoulders with two large woven baskets tied to either end. He placed his mother in one of the baskets and his father in the other, literally carrying the weight of his world across the subcontinent on foot. During their long journey, the family reached the dense forest near the banks of the Sarayu River in the kingdom of Kosla. It was dark, and Shravan's parents were parched with thirst. Leaving them to rest under a tree, Shravan took a brass pitcher and headed towards the river bank. At the same moment, a young Prince Dasharatha of Ayodhya was hunting in the forest. Dasharatha was a master of Shabdavedi, a legendary skill that allowed an archer to strike a target accurately based purely on sound without seeing it. As Shravan dipped his pot into the river, the air escaping the vessel caused a distinct gurgling sound. To Dasharatha's trained ear, it sounded exactly like a wild elephant or a deer drinking at the bank. He shot the fatal arrow towards the noise. Instead of the cry of an animal, he was shocked when he heard a human scream. He rushed to the bank to find a young ascetic clinching an arrow in his chest. Even as his life slowly was going away, Shravan's concern was not for himself. He told the horrified Dasharatha where his thirsty and blind parents were waiting and begged him to take the water to them. Only after King Dasharatha promised to fulfill this final duty did Shravana breathe his last. When Dashratha tremblingly approached the elderly couple and informed them of the tragedy, their grief was absolute. Unable to bear the loss of their only son, who had been their eyes, their hands, and their heart, they prepared to give up their own lives. Before they passed, the father placed a powerful curse on Dasharatha. He said, just as they were dying from the agony of separation from their son, Dasharatha too would one day face a lonely death caused by the intense pain of separation from his own child. This story is crucial because it creates the karmic architecture for the Ramayana. Years later, when King Dasharatha is forced to exile his beloved son, Lord Rama, for 14 years, the weight of the old curse manifests. Dashratha dies not of physical illness, but of a broken heart. a direct echo of the silence he had once inflicted upon Shravan Kumar's parents. There are some core themes in this narrative. The first is the power of intent. Shravan's greatness is found not in the completion of the pilgrimage, but in the purity of his intent to serve. The error of perception. The tragedy hinges on a sound being misinterpreted. It serves as a reminder of how critical it is to seek context before taking decisive actions. The strategic pause. Dashratha's failure to pause and verify the source of the sound led to a disaster that shaped the history of an entire dynasty. Unyielding duty. Shravan Kumar remains the ultimate Shravana Shrestha, the most excellent example of a child's duty towards their parents in Indian culture. With that, we complete our journey for today. I hope you enjoyed stepping into this story as much as I enjoyed telling it. But remember, a story only lives when it is shared. If these words touched you, please pass them on. Share this episode with someone who might need a moment of wonder today. In a digital world that can sometimes feel a little lonely, let this story be a beacon of smiles and a steady light of hope in your pocket. Let's catch up soon to listen to what happened once upon a time.